Let's talk about BYD. This is the Chinese company that just recently overtook Tesla, a monumental shift in the electric vehicle landscape. They've risen to become the world's top electric vehicle seller, a title once held uncontested. Their cars are seemingly everywhere, a common sight on roads across the globe. They're promising a future that's affordable, making electric mobility accessible to a wider range of consumers. A future that's clean, reducing our reliance on fossil fuels. And undeniably high-tech, packed with the latest innovations. But beneath the shiny, polished surface, things can get messy fast, revealing a more complicated picture. For every headline about record-breaking sales figures, there's a concerning story of alleged fraud. We also see financial red flags being raised by analysts, and a growing chorus of angry customers voicing their dissatisfaction. The central question isn't just whether BYD possesses the capability to build a large quantity of cars, it's whether they can cultivate a trustworthy and truly sustainable company for the long haul. Tonight, we're metaphorically popping the hood on BYD, examining the scandals, scrutinizing the numbers, and understanding the company's often prickly response when faced with criticism. So, is BYD genuinely the future of transportation as we know it, or could it be a high-speed train hurtling towards a potential disaster? Buckle up because this is going to be a bumpy ride. First, let's dive into the truly wild story of Li Huan, a woman who allegedly impersonated a BYD executive, not just for a few weeks or months, but for a staggering 3 years. Imagine the audacity. During her alleged charade, she was signing billion-yuan ad contracts, committing the company to massive advertising campaigns. BYD, however, claimed total ignorance of her activities, acting as if they had no idea this was happening under their own roof. This left ad agencies unpaid, holding the bag, and everyone else scratching their heads, wondering how a giant company could possibly be so clueless about such a large-scale operation. It raises serious questions about internal controls and oversight. Then there's the darker side, subsidy fraud, and the murky world of warranty fraud. These accusations strike at the heart of consumer trust. BYD has faced accusations of inflating sales figures, allegedly cooking the books to appear more successful than they actually were. The motive? To grab more government money, taking advantage of incentives designed to promote green technology. And there are reports of dealerships billing for unnecessary warranty repairs, padding their profits at the expense of unsuspecting customers. Adding insult to injury, customers in China have also reported discovering zero-kilometer used cars, vehicles that were sold as brand new but clearly showing signs of prior use like scratches, worn tires, and other telltale signs. It's like ordering a fresh pizza and finding a bite missing, a deeply unsatisfying experience. And as BYD expands globally, aggressively pushing into new markets, its problems seem to follow like a shadow. Most recently in Brazil, where the company's been accused of labor abuses, raising serious ethical concerns. These accusations include reports of grueling hours, forcing workers to endure excessively long shifts, and unsafe working conditions, putting their health and well-being at risk. For a company selling a clean, progressive image, touting its commitment to sustainability and ethical practices, these scandals are a major stain on their reputation. The human cost of BYD's rapid growth, the toll it takes on its workforce, is becoming increasingly hard to ignore. These aren't just growing pains, the typical challenges of scaling up a business, they're serious warning signs that something is fundamentally wrong. Is this the true cost of being number one? Are these ethical compromises and questionable practices simply the price of achieving global dominance? Imagine buying a new BYD only to have your dealership vanish overnight. That's what happened to thousands in China's Shandong province when a major BYD distributor collapsed. Prepaid service packages became worthless, deposits disappeared, and warranty repairs were impossible. BYD's initial response? Silence, then blaming third-party dealers. Only after public outrage did BYD step in, but the damage was done. The incident exposed a fragile, poorly managed dealer network. BYD grew so fast it failed to support its partners or protect its customers. The result, a massive hit to its reputation for reliability. Rapid growth without strong support is a recipe for disaster. On the surface, BYD's financials present a compelling picture, a story of growth and profitability. The numbers seem to align, showcasing a thriving enterprise. But dig deeper, peel back the layers of carefully constructed reports, and you'll see profits far outpacing actual cash flow. This discrepancy raises a critical question. Where is the money? The culprit? What's causing this imbalance between reported profits and tangible cash? Massive accounts receivable, a growing mountain of uncollected revenue. This represents money owed by governments and dealers, a significant portion of which may never actually arrive, casting doubt on the true value of those reported profits. Meanwhile, inventory is piling up at an alarming rate. Unsold cars and batteries are tying up crucial cash reserves and simultaneously risking future losses due to obsolescence or market fluctuations. BYD is also strategically delaying payments to its suppliers, stretching its payment terms. This is a classic move employed by companies facing underlying financial stress, a tactic to temporarily alleviate cash flow pressures. It's like a bakery making thousands of cakes each day, a seemingly successful operation. But if they're only selling a few, eventually, you're left with stale inventory, a mountain of waste and empty pockets. High receivables, ballooning inventory levels, and delayed payments to suppliers paint a concerning picture of a company stretched to its financial limits, operating on the edge. The surface of BYD looks undeniably shiny and impressive, projecting an image of success. But beneath the gleaming facade, the financial foundation appears shaky and potentially unstable. Is BYD's reported success genuinely real and sustainable, or is it merely a product of creative accounting practices? The warning signs are becoming increasingly difficult to ignore, demanding a closer look. How does BYD handle criticism? With lawsuits, denials, and a combative PR style. When accused of emissions violations by rival Great Wall Motors, BYD fired back with legal threats instead of transparency. This aggressive approach may work at home, but it erodes trust globally. The pattern, rapid debt-fueled growth, questionable finances, and a refusal to admit problems, echoes the rise and fall of Evergrande. BYD isn't Evergrande, but the parallels are striking. Is BYD's foundation innovation or risky financial practices and a culture of denial? The world is watching, because if BYD stumbles, the shockwaves will be global. Sometimes, flying too close to the sun ends in a crash.